Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please take your seats as we begin episode 10 of Global Force Wrestling in 1987. Whoop, 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 whoop. We're live tonight in the TEW Delivery Halls in London, England, in front of 300 people. This is Amped. So yeah, if you remember 24 hours ago, we was in France with our special one night only pay-per-view style sort of thing, where we did a special like house show event in France. And so tonight we are live. So we open up with a light heavyweight match in a pre-show bout that had subpar wrestling a little heat. Vampirio, Marty Jannetty and Bob Holly defeat Chris Benoit, Norman Smiley and Owen Hart in 5 minutes 38 in a 49D plus rating when Vampirio defeated Owen Hart with a nail in the coffin. Marty Jannetty's getting better his gimmick. The announced quality lifted the match. The colour commentary match a boost. Holly 35, Jannetty 40, Vampirio 32. Owen Hart 56, Norman Smiley 35, Benoit 57, Bob Holly improving in technical, good old Bob. In a total pre-show match, Denise Pretson and Chainsaw defeated Susan Sexton and East to Marone in 7:52 and Chainsaw defeated East Marone by pinfall. Give me a second. Yonky. The hamster seems to be doing something in the corner. I think she's stashing. I don't know what she's doing. There's food all around me at the moment because food was landing on my computer. I was like, what the hell's going on? The last quality match, the colour conjugate match of Boost, Chainsaw 24, Denise 45, Esther 47, and Susan Saxton 43. No work appearance. So yeah, another nice little match. We move on to a 50D plus in a pre-show bout that had subpar wrestling a little heat. The Ultimate Warrior, Jeff Jarrett and Lance Wyatt defeat Mankind, Scott Hall and Sid Vicious in 8:02. When the Ultimate Warrior defeated Sid Vicious by big splash. Paul Bayer did good work at ringside. Now it's qualifying match. The colour commentary game match of Boost. Lance Von Erich 36, Jeff Jarrett 47, Warrior 40, Vicious 38, Scott Hall 57, Mankind 51. Vicious improving in performance. I think she's tearing up newspaper for her nest. So I'm sorry if you can hear her. This did a good match actually. I brought Ricky Knight in as a one night deal, but he got a 43 in ring. So in a decent pre-show match, Shawn Michaels defeated Ricky Knight in 8:21 by pinfall Sweet Chin Music. Don't be surprised if Ricky Knight signs a written contract with us and starts appearing more often. Ricky Knight seemed off his game because he was here on a one-night deal, so it might have been his first match. The announced quality lift match, the colour conjugate match boost, Ricky Knight 43, Shawn Michaels 56. Well done, Ricky. And in a 57, in a pre-show bout that decent match without much heat, The Undertaker defeated Vader in 8:22 by pinfall the trade slam after Paul Bearer interfered. During the match, we had Ultimate Warrior running an attack. Undertaker, that was meant to be an attack Vader. The Undertaker and Vader have pretty good chemistry, which is good. The announced quality match, the colour conjugate match boost, Undertaker 54, Vader 59. No work improvements. And we open up the main show tonight with a 30 through E because Randy Anderson instead of Randy Savage appeared. Okay, Randy Savage, not Anderson. I messed up. So we fight in one stink of and come to an even worse one. You see, London, you don't deserve this show. You don't deserve to see Amped live. In fact, you don't deserve me to be here. So I'm here. You see, this is as I am here. You see. You see this? I'm the main guy, the face you think of when someone says Global Force Wrestling. But there's a hardcore hooligan running after me in Terry Funk. Funk, you see this place? You ain't getting this championship. We might have a smaller crowd than usual, but you see, the UK crowds are louder than ever. You see, this is a global company which is a force coming after you. Which is a force. Coming after you is easy. I'm going to win that bout, and not so I can call myself the Global Force Champion, so I can give the belt back to these fans. Then Randy runs at Funk, but Funk moves, and the way and Savage hits the ropes and falls to the floor. Ignore the fact that Randy Savage keeps turning up in these angles, because it's very... And in a decent match, holy shit, a 67C+, I think that's because Haystacks is very popular over here in England as well. You know, he's an English wrestler, he's Scottish, and he was a part of joint promotions and stuff. And ASAW when we signed him over and brought him into America. So yeah. So in a decent match, Haystacks defeated the Phantom Sting. The Phantom Sting's getting better his gimmick, so is John Haystacks. Now it's quality match, the colour conjugate match of boost, Phantom Sting 51, John Haystacks 61. No work improvements, a 67C plus to open up tonight's wrestling action for the fans. In a bout of decent wrestling, didn't have much heat. The Bushwhackers defeated the Lightning Express in 7:25 when Butch Miller defeated Brad Armstrong by pin for the battering ram. Tim Horner is working through an injury, but took a big toll. Butch Miller's getting better with his gimmick. Nice qualifying match. Cook on the match boost. Horner 49, Armstrong 54, Williams 53, Miller 48. No work improvements of 54 C minus, not bad. Then Brett comes down to the win in the 68C. These two did better than I thought they would do for an angle. So Brett comes down the ring and goes, "What the hell, Jim? How could you turn on me, you asshole? You see, we might be family. Not anymore. You're dead to me. You see, Jim, I'm going to kill you. The cops will have to drag me out of this ring before I finish you off at the Great American Bash. Look at you, you short little idiot. You think you got what it is to take me on? You're nothing. Now I am on my own. I'll win some gold, but first I need to send you packing back to Mum and Dad. Good luck, Brett." Now I don't know if they were brothers or not. I think they are. I might be wrong on that. I swear they were brothers. But what I'm going to say to you, because in fact they are brothers, so yeah, packing them back to Mum and Dad, it does make sense. I was a bit concerned at first, but I was like, I swear that Bret Hart is, because Jim's Bret Hart is Nadine's heart, Natalia's uncle, so he must be brothers. So yeah, back to Mum and Dad, shipping him back to Mum and Dad in a cardboard box. I thought this match would do bad. 23 minus in an abysmal match. Babe the Farmer's Daughter defeated Little Egypt and Luna Von Erich. When Babe the Farmer's Daughter defeated Little Egypt by pinfall, Luna Von Erich carried the match in terms of ring performance. Egypt was very powerful towards the end. And then Von Erich's getting better again. It's now a qualifying match. Could have gone to good match for boost. Babe the Farmer's Daughter 18. Little Egypt 12. 31 for Luna Von Erich. Babe the Farmer's Daughter improving in technical. I am going to be setting up something soon where you might not get to see these girls for a while. But yeah, Hulk Hogan has arrived. He's seen entering the arena. I am the real American. But then the camera cuts because we hear some shouts, and then it's Phantom, Sting, and Vader. They're brawling in the back. So they're having a massive brawl. In a bout of superb wrestling and great heat, the Dynamite Kid defeated Bret Hart in 7-12 by pin for the suplex after a distraction with Jim. Dynamite Kid and Jim Cornette play out a good pair. Playoff feature well. Nice quality match. Could look on to good match boost. Dynamite Kid 84, Bret Hart 80. You know, giving the British guy a win. Needs to be done. Wing UK. 50D plus in a battle that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Jim Duggan and the UK boys defeat Lex Luger and the Midnight Express in 7:51 when Jim Duggan defeats Stan Lane by pinfall the running clothesline tackle. Jim Duggan's getting better his gimmick, and that's quality match. The colour come to go match and boost. Regal 60, Robbie 50, Duggan 58, Lex Luger 51, Eaton 57, Lane 44, and 2 storylines advance with that, which is good. And now we got Paul Bearer in the back when it's meant to be Paul Heyman. Oh, seriously, what's going on with these angles? And I checked them all before I ran it, and now they're changing everything. So my name is Paul Heyman, and tonight I'm brought in to manage these hearts. Brett, you got nothing now. I'm going to support these guys through their careers. It's time for their support. And he goes, if you're brave enough, Paul, why don't you send Jim into the ring now so he can face one of my men? Of course. See you next week. So yeah, next week, you know, he's not doing it this week. He's doing it on his terms, Paul Heyman. Next week it will be Blanchard taking on the Dean Hart one-on-one. Then there's a brawl between King Kong Bundy and Andre the Giant in the back. Maybe. In about that good wrestling and a decent match in the crowd, Ted DiBiase, Jerry Lawler, and Ric Flair defeated Adrian Jones, Ricky Steamboat, and Kurt Hennig in 8:14 when Jerry Lawler defeated Kurt Hennig by pinfall the pile driver. In terms of ring work, Ric and Flair was head and shoulders above everyone else. Jerry Lawler's getting better with his gimmick. Nice quality match, Kurt Hennig going match a boost. Ric Flair looked good out there. Hennig 61, Steamboat 85, and Jaden Donis 68, Flair 95. Lawler 54, Ted DiBiase 56. A load of storylines advance with that angle like I normally do. In above had subpar wrestling and a little heat. Pethro Jr. defeated Brian Pillman in 8:17 by pinfall. Now it's got a lift match to look on to go match and boost. Pillman 33, Pethro 32, no work appearance 49D plus. Scott Hall and Shawn Michaels are brawling in the back. For some reason everyone's brawling in the back this week. There's been a lot of problems. Management ain't here either because we're in England, so they can get away with it. In a battle that had good wrestling and a decent match of the crowd, Jake Roberts, King Kong Bundy, Randy Savage and Trudy Blanchard defeated Larry Zbyszko, Nikolai Koloff, Jim Nadine-Hart and Andre the Giant in 7:58 when Jake Roberts defeated Nikolai Koloff by pinfall. Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth have great chemistry. The announced quality, the colour commentary match and boost. The great performance of Randy Savage stood out. Andre the Giant 85, Nadine Hart 63, Nikolai Volkov 50, Zbyszko 53, Blanchard 53, Savage 93, Bundy 62, and Roberts 81. No work for us. I think also depending on where you are and their popularity where you are affects their ring performance. So if they're not that popular in the country, they won't get it. A video plays hyping up Bob Orton versus Hulk Hogan at the Great American Bash, which is coming up next a week on Sunday night. We've got quite an exciting show planned for you, so I hope you guys will join in and hopefully enjoy the show. In a battle that had subpar wrestling a little heat, Eddie Guerrero defeated Ultraman Jr. in 4:41 by pinfall frog splash following botched and first Brian by Bjorn Pillman. Eddie Guerrero makes defense of 2 of his AWA World Lightweight Heavyweight title. Last qualifying match, the colour commentary match of boost. Ultraman Jr. 27, Eddie Guerrero 53. 53 C-, not bad. And then we're heading to our main event of the evening. 69 C+. Well, we are in England, so I didn't expect it to be that good. So in a battle, had good wrestling and decent match in the crowd. Bob Orton Jr. and Jimmy Snuka defeated Hogan and Dusty Rhodes in 1958 when Bob Orton Jr. defeated Dusty Rhodes by pinfall. Using underhanded tactics, Hogan was the best in the ring and carried the match. The last qualifying match, the colour commentary match with boost. Dusty Rhodes 85, Hogan 88, Snuka 60, Bob Orton Jr. 63. Bob Orton Jr. improving in technical. In a 39D- in a post-match that had decent wrestling and the little heat, Mantel, Rocky Johnson, the Fabulous Freebirds defeated Arn Anderson, Ken Von Erich and the Rock and Roll Express in 9:29 when Dutch Mantel defeated Robert Gibson by pinfall of Pardra 39D. Now qualifying match, the colour country match boost, Gibson 42, Morton 41, Von Erich 48, Arn Anderson 52, Rocky Johnson 48, Mantel 50, Michael Haynes 48, Terry Gordy 56. Rocky Johnson improving in flying and Gordy in performance. Technical. Sorry. In a post-show bout, a decent match crowd but didn't have much heat. Terry Funk defeated Sergeant Slaughter in 14:37 by pinfall of the power driver. Terry Funk and Sergeant Slaughter have pretty good chemistry lifting match. Now it's qualifying match. The colour country match with boost. Funk 61, Slaughter 59. No work improvements. We're in the show with a very 70C+. Not a bad show for, in front of 300 people in England. So yeah, guys, I'll see you next week with a go-home show before we go live with the Great American Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages, we're ready for Global Force Wrestling Amps live in front of 60,700 at the Dick Howser Stadium, baby. Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of Amp. This has been terrible for me because I haven't been uploading as regular as I wanted to this week. As you probably can tell, the last video went up. When did my last video go up? It was Falling Star. No, it wasn't. It was WAW 2 days ago from when I'm recording this. So, yeah. I'm a bit slow. The reason being is there's been a few things going on in my life with depression and anxiety and a few others that haven't really. And the Rara model has just fallen off the side in my bedroom. But yeah, we've had one view on that. I think my older videos are getting more and more views as time goes on, so. Global Force Ring of Fire's had 67 views. Not bad. Fallen Star Wrestling Rebirth, episode 2's got a few views. But yeah, so we're going to get on with this show. So this is episode, I did say this in the first bit, I'm going to say it again, just so I remind myself. This is episode 10 of Global Force Wrestling. What I'm going to be doing is after, not this month, not November, it'll be the month after, which will be December. At the end of the month, as we hit 1988, we will have a look at the year review, we'll have a look at my stars, what I've done with the company, how much money we're making, a few other bits and bobs. But yeah, so these two are brought in for one night. This is an abysmal pre-show match. Taz defeated Vic Steamboat in 7 voices by pinfall T-Bone suplex. So these two are not working for us on a one-night deal. And they're also not hired to us. They're hired to my, I can't remember what I called it, but they're hired to my training company. Taz improving performance, which is good. So yeah, they're in the training company, so I just wanted to give them a bit of time to shine. So you'll start seeing people like that. So is Avalanche PN News. He versus Avalanche Van Erich, and in a total pre-show he got beaten by him, but he was exhausted by the end. But they have great chemistry. Nice quality match. The colour go match boost. Avalanche PN News 9, Van Erich 44, Lance Van Erich performance. So yeah, hopefully having him in the training grounds will help him improve. 34E plus, not bad. But yeah, so he's in the training grounds, training up. 70C plus, not a bad match. So in a decent pre-show match, Dutchman Tower, Rocky Johnson, Vicious, Jeff Jarrett and Mankind. Jeff Jarrett defeated Mankind, Dynamite Kid, Hall, Luger in 6:24 when Jeff Jarrett defeated Mankind by pinfall. Sid Vicious the weak link, which I thought was going to be the problem. Paul Bear did good work at ringside. Dynamite Kid and Jim Cornette a good pairing. Lex Luger seemed off his game. Nice quality match, Cook on the match boost. Jeff Jarrett 58. Vicious 42, Rocky Johnson 56, Mantel 62, Luger 73, Scott Hall 63, Dynamite Kid 76, Mankind 54. So Dutchman Tower flying, Vicious in performance, and Dynamite Kid in performance. Not bad for the pre-show. In a decent pre-show, about a good wrestling and decent match to the crowd. The Rock and Roll Express defeated the Bushwhackers in 7:54 when Rick Morton defeated Luke Williams by pinfall with a double drop kick. Robert Gibson CF's game, nice quality match to colour go match boost. Williams 61, Butch Miller 58, Robert Gibson 73, Rick Morton 74, Miller improving in performance. Another good little match. And we have all 8 of the women who are in the women's division, because I've sent a few down to our training company, which I will get to show you in January. I'll show you all that in January, because I don't want to show you too much, because it will ruin some surprises I've got planned. So in a pre-show bout, I've had Subpar Wrestling a little heat, Chainsaw, Denise Preston, Dump, Missona and Eastern Monroe defeated Susan Sexton, Monster Ripper, Luna Von Erich and Bull Nikuto in 6:19 when Dump Missona defeated Bull Muko by the pinfall with suplex. So these are all the best women we've got on the roster, and I kept them. So female Scottish rating of average, Luna Von Erich, and this game Bull Nikuto, David Phil Monsters got initial rating of great. Chainsaws off a game. Dump Missona's debuted a female. Monster Game has got initial rating important. That's quality match. Could have gone to match boost. But these are our best women. So the worst one in here is Chainsaw with 25. But Bull Nikido 45. Luna Von Erich 45. Monster Ripper 38. Susan Sixton 54. Esther Maroon 24. Dump Messias 40. Denise Preston 47. Chainsaw 25. Luna Von Erich proving fine. But I'm not bothered about, it's when they were getting 14s and 15s. I'm just like, oh my god. No wonder Glow went bankrupt and we brought them out. So in a good pre-show match, Nikolai Volkov, Kevin Von Erich and Kurt Hennig defeated Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart and Jim Duggan in 7:22 when Kurt Hennig defeated Shawn Michaels by submission. Jim Duggan's getting better his gimmick, and that's quality for match, so colour conjugate match boost. Hennig 70, Von Erich 65, Nikolai Volkov 77, Jim Duggan 61, Bret Hart 79, Shawn Michaels 57. No work improvements, a 76B minus. And we open up with a 95A star. Good old boys. This is our main event of the night. Billy Piper improvised well for that segment. So did Hulk Hogan. Willie Piper was superb. He had the entire crowd in the palm of his hand the entire time. Hulk Hogan was fantastic. There was no work improvements, but what a promo from these guys. So Bob comes out and goes, "Sir Hogan, this Sunday we meet yet again inside this squared circle. You see, this time I will win the NWA title. You see, you might take that belt all over, but you're not a good champion. You call yourself the real American. You're not. I'm the real American. You see, Cowboy works the field and the cattle. You see, I represent America. I represent this country more than that. Here come more than you do. My brain goes quicker when I can type, so be aware that my time's bad. Here comes the guy in the black and yellow. So here comes Hulk and he goes, "Shut up, you crazy man. You see, last week in London, you cheated to win the tag match. This Sunday, I'll be the better man. You see, these 8-inch pythons will wrap around your neck and I'll win with my leg drop." And then we hear the Pied Pipes play as Roddy Piper makes his return after filming his movie. Then the last time he was on the show, "You missed me, Hogan? And Bob, looks like you got a problem. You see, this Sunday night, I'm going to come and fight. You see, all 3 of us, one bout. Let's see who the best is. See you then, boys." So, yep, I have changed it. So the original main event planned was was going to be that, but I'm going to throw Roddy Piper in because Roddy Piper is one of our more popular guys. And the triple threat's going to be our main event of the night. So in a 62C, in a decent match, Lightning Express defeated the Fabulous Freebirds. Midnight Express and the UK boys in 5 minutes 56 when Terry Gordy defeated Robbie Brookside by pinfall the Orient Express. The injury that Tim Horner worked through took a big toll, which he's been doing for a while. Now it's qualified match to look on the match boost. Michael Haynes 68, Terry Gordy 72, Horner 43, Brad Armstrong 62, Regal 58, Brookside 49, Bobby Eaton 72, Stan Lane 71. Both storylines advanced and gained heat. 62C not bad, no work improvement sadly. But for Stephen Regal and Bobby Brookside, those two performances were pretty good. In above had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Mighty Jannetty defeated Chris Benoit by 8-13 by pinfall with a rocker dropper. 59C, Mighty Jannetty and Chris Benoit have great chemistry, which is why I booked him again. Now it's qualified match, the Colour Conjugate match boost. Mighty Jannetty 45, Benoit 63, no work improvements. We have a video hyping up the AWA International Television Storyline match for the pay-per-view this Sunday at Great American Bash. So we'll see Arn Anderson taking on Haystacks, Giant Haystacks, Phantom Sting and Vader. And we move on to a 49D. I didn't think this match would do very good. So in above had subpar wrestling and little heat. Eddie Guerrero, Norman Smiley, Owen Hart and Vampiro defeated Bob Holly, Peffer Jr., Ultraman Jr., Brian Pillman in 602 when Vampiro defeated Bob Holly by pinfall the flying spinning leg rabbit. Eddie Guerrero's getting back his gimmick. Now it's qualified match, Colour Conjugate match boost. Brian Pillman 52, Ultraman 33, Peffer 38, Holly 36, Vampiro 32, Owen Hart 57, Norman Smiley 38 and Eddie Guerrero 55. No, Bob Holly improving in technical and Vampiro and Rumble. So yeah, that's the rest of the lightweight division. All booked on the main card tonight. And then we see Paul in the back and he goes, I hope you are ready for your match against my boys. You see the Great American Bash is this Sunday. You got to take on my boys. My two boys alone. Oh yes. You see you want another shot. You got to beat them this Sunday, Warrior. Oh yes. So yeah, he's sending a message to the Warrior. Do you remember? We booked it a couple of last episode. These two will be taking on Warrior. And if Warrior wins, he gets another shot at Final Revolutions in December. Which I do think is December. Yep, Final Revolutions in December for the championship. 75B minus, not bad. So we see Randy and he goes, this Sunday I defend my championship against this crazy man. You see this place? This is the place to be with. We have another company training the future talent. Why don't you go there, Terry Funk? You don't deserve this shot. It's my bout. It's my time to shine, which I am. No one's going to take it away from me. He then starts trashing the interview set. So he rips down the, show logo behind him and all the other stuff. He's ripping it all to pieces. We then have the match we booked last week. In a good match, Jim Nadine Hart defeated Tony Blanchard in 8-21 by pinfall with the Anvil flatliner after Paul Heyman defeated 74B minus. Paul Heyman did good work at ringside and that's called his match. The Colour Conjugate boost. Truly 77, Jim 61. No work improvements. But a good match nonetheless. In a decent match, the Ultimate Warrior and the Phantom Sting defeated The Undertaker and Vader in 6:21 when Ultimate Warrior defeated The Undertaker by pinfall the Big Splash. In terms of ring work, Vader was head and shoulders above everyone else. Paul Bearer did good work at ringside and that's quality of the match. The Colour Conjugate match boost. Excuse me, Vader had a ring performance of 67. Taker 52, the Phantom Sting 57, the Ultimate Warrior 51, so both storylines advanced and gained heat. No work improvements, but 61C out of these four guys, not bad. Then we see Jim Crockett Jr. I've made sure I get all the right people this week. And Gene Oakland in the office. As you know, these are the two authority figures who are running the company. With Gene Oakland's getting back his gimmick. We've got to do something about Savage. He just destroyed our interview space. Also heard Hogan wants a word with us before Sunday. Look, Roddy's in that match whether Hogan likes it or not. I think we need to find Savage for damages, and if he don't calm down, suspend him indefinitely and strip him of the championship. Okay, Gene, I think you're right about Savage, but Hogan won't be happy. So no work improves, but 43D, not bad. Then we hear some commotion outside the office. The door opens and the camera goes outside and we see that Scott Hall's beating down Shawn Michaels in the back, leaving him bloody. In a decent match, Giant Haystacks defeated Arn Anderson by pin for the elbow pin. Drop pin in that's qualified match to Cool Golden Match Boost. Arnanson 74, Haystacks 54, 6 into 70C. Giant Haystacks improving in technical, 70C plus, not bad at all. In a superb match, Ted DiBiase defeated King Kong Bundy in 8:29 by pinfall. And that's qualified match to Cool Golden Match Boost. King Kong Bundy 71, DiBiase 79, Bundy improving in technical and performance. Good old Bundy. I'm going to say this now, I have got rid of all the extra storylines. We're only going to have the main storylines about the championships, because I feel that that's where we need to rely on. I think our titles need to mean something, so we're going to just do championship storylines from now on, because there's too many to worry about. In a superb match, Larry Zbyszko defeated the Iron Sheik in 8:13 by pinfall. Zbyszko makes defence number 3 of the NWA United States Heavyweight title, 71C+. Now it's qualified match to Cool Country Match Boost, 73 for the Iron Sheik, and 76 for Zbyszko, no work improvements. Yet the Iron Sheik wanted to be kept strong. I think it might be popularity more than in work. A video plays hyping up our next match of the night, where we see the exceptional match. Roddy Piper defeated Jimmy Snuka in 8:16 by pinfall. 76B, Roddy Piper was really off his game. The announced quality lift match, the Colour Country Match and Boost, Roddy Piper 85, Snuka 71, no work improvements. 55C minus. How dare you? We got enough on our plate with Hogan and Savage. You've got a fine, no more about it. It was meant to be a £50 fine, but I don't know what happened to the £50, it's just a zero. You got a $50 fine, no more about it. Jim Cornette knocks on the door and goes, sorry to bother you, but I could assist, I could manage to get hold to keep him under control. And then the door's left open, we see Ollie walking around and goes, don't make me laugh, you plonker, you think you can keep this monster under control? And Jim Cornette goes, no Ollie, you've got 4 horsemen to worry about. Jim Cornette, you got the job, but if Scott Hall attacks Sean, you're both fired, now get out of here. So Jim Crockett did not do well without a script to follow. You might remember that from further reference. But yes, so Jim Crockett Jr. is, Gene Okerlund's obviously somewhere else dealing with Randy Savage. And Jim Crockett's dealing with this guy. So Jim Crockett heard about it, he's come in and gone, I want to manage Scott Hall. He's gone, okay, that's fine. But Ollie Anderson is like, this ain't going to go well. And in our main event of the night, in 82B, an exceptional match, Jake Roberts, Ric Flair, Bob Orton Jr., Andre the Giant and Randy Savage defeated Hulk Hogan, Dusty Rhodes, Steamboat, Terry Funk and Adrian Adonis in 14:33, 14:34 by pinfall when Ric Flair defeated Terry Funk. Randy Savage and Mr. Elizabeth great chemistry, Dusty Rhodes seemed left game, so did Adrian Adonis. Randy Savage 94, Andre 79, Bob Orton Jr. 78, Ric Flair 86, Roberts 78, Adrian Adonis 70, Funk 77, Ricky Steamboat 82, Dusty Rhodes 87, Hulk Hogan 87. Both storylines have advanced to this and gained heat. Hulk Hogan improving in technical performance and Funk in performance. In a post-show bout, we've had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Jerry Lawler defeated Sergeant Slaughter in 15-14 by pinfall the pile driver. The Colour Country Match Boost, Sergeant Slaughter 866, Jerry Lawler 85, 62C. And we end the show tonight with a overall rating of an 81B. Not bad at all, actually. So yeah, guys, I will see you this Sunday night when we'll go live with the Great American Bash, which is looking amazing already. We've got all the titles going to be on the line as always. I'm wrecking the place. But all the titles going to be on the line. Everything's going to be awesome. So I hope you can join us this coming Sunday night for the Great American Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Great American Bash 1987 as we go live on pay-per-view from a sold-out Madison Square Gardens. I could have gone for the 20,000 arena version of Madison Square Gardens. I didn't know if that would sell out, so I went for the 18,500 crowd, knowing it would sell out, which is good. So we open up with a couple of pre-show matches. So in the first one we have Denise Preston and Monster Ripper defeating Eastern Moon and Chainsaw in 8:05 when Denise Preston defeated Eastern Moon in pinfall. But in terms of ring work, Denise Preston was head and shoulders above everyone else. Was she? Okay. The last quality match, the Colour Country Match and Boost. Chainsaw 26, Eastern Moon 28, Monster Ripper 38 and Denise Preston 58. Chainsaw improving in Rumble 43D, not bad. We move on to a 52D plus in a pre-show about that subpar wrestling, a little heat. Rocky Johnson defeated Sabu in 14:43 by pinfall at Johnson Shuffle. Nice quality match, the Cook Garage boost. Sabu 27, Rocky Johnson 61. Sabu improving in performance, and so is Johnson. Sabu is in our little company called a Ring of Fire, which is our training grounds. So I thought I'd bring him in for one night, just see how he does. And we open up with 76B minus as we get Jim Ross going, hello and welcome to the Great American Bash. To all the fans watching live on pay-per-view tonight, we got some huge matches. Tonight's main event will see Hulk Hogan versus Bob Orton and Roddy Piper battle for the NWA title. And Jesse comes, and then Jesse comes in and goes, also tonight, on the semi-main, we'll see Terry Funk challenge the most hated man in pro wrestling at the moment, Randy Savage, for the Global Force title. And then Bobby goes, also here in Madison Square Gardens in front of a sold-out crowd, Dusty defends the Global Force Championship against Jimmy Snuka. And then Jim goes, that's just some of the big matches we've got planned tonight, but there's so much more. So get the popcorn and sit back as the Great American Bash starts right now. So yeah, this wasn't rated on these guys, as you can tell. It was rated on Hogan, Bob Orton and Roddy Piper's popularity. So, hey ho. And as soon as he says right now, we hear the music of the Ultimate Warrior, and he runs down to the ring and shakes the ropes like he used to do, like he would have done in the WWF, but he's doing it for us. In above, had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. The Ultimate Warrior defeated The Undertaker and Mankind in 7:46 when Ultimate Warrior defeated Mankind by pin for the Big Splash. Paul Bear did good work at ringside, and that's quite a match. Could have gone to go match a boost. Ultimate Warrior 48, Mankind 57. The Undertaker had a win points 56. The storyline has advanced for that segment. No work in progress, but I can now confirm, only after we've done one show, but our first match has been confirmed for the Final Revolutions. As promised and stated by Paul Bearer, it will be kind of confirmed on TV on Monday for the fans who want to know, but we are going to be doing it for the show. It is not going to be what anyone's expecting. Hang on, here is it? We're confirmed now that the match is going to be confirmed. It's going to be the first ever where is it? It's not Bio Live, it's not going to be Castix, we've already done them this year. Nope, none of them. Dog Collar, nope. Full Anywhere, nope. 5-minute flag foam, nope. We're going to see if we can do this, but we're going to do Ultimate Warrior, The Undertaker versus the Ultimate Warrior in an Inferno match. Yes, that is happening in 1987, my friends. Okay, no, that's not going to happen. Okay, that's what I was originally going to do, but we're not doing that. So it's going to be a match which I don't think I can do just yet. But we are going to do it if we can do it. Okay, it's not on my list. So I'll see if I can find it and then kind of bring it in. If not, I'll bring it in for the show because I'm taking too long trying to find a certain match. But it is going to be a cage match. But it isn't on this game, I don't think. So I'll have to have... It's probably in the game. It's probably I can't use it. So I'm just going to do... So I'll just leave it for now and I'll book it. I'll see if I can get it sorted for tomorrow night's TV show. But yeah, so a good way to start the pay-per-view, I think. There's going to be some bad matches, some good matches. It's going to be an interesting night. And we move on to a 60C. Not bad. In a decent match, the Bushwhackers defeated the Rock and Roll Express in 8:09 when Butch Miller defeated Ricky Morton by pinfall battering ram. Luke Williams getting back his gimmick because the Nats quality match, the Colour Contigo match and boost. Williams 58, Miller 56, Robert Gibson 68, Ricky Morton 65. Miller improving in performance. So another improvement. We move on to our next match. In above had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Bull Nikki to defeat Dump Miso in 7:15 to 7:52 by pinfall of guillotine leg drop. 49D plus. Nats quality match, Colour Contigo boost. Bull Nikki 046, Dump Masisto 43. They're not very popular over here, they're Japanese stars, but they've got good in-ring work, so I brought them in. Yep, so in a pool match, Mighty Jeanette Owen Hart, Vampiro and Peffro Jr. defeated Norman Smiley, Ultraman Jr., Bob Holly and Chris Benoit in 6:02 when Owen Hart defeated Norman Smiley by submission with the sharpshooter after interference from Paul Heyman. 54C, Owen Hart seemed off his game. Peffro is getting back his gimmick. Now qualifying match, cool 100 match boost. Benoit 61, Holly 40, Ultraman Jr. 38, Norman Smiley 40, Peffro 38, Vampiro 39, Owen Hart 60, and Mighty Jeanette 44. Smiley in performance, Benoit in Rumble, Vampiro in performance. So this was, it's not in this slot, a Steal the Show match. That's it. So I booked it to be Steal the Show. Just see how they did, and that seems to work better for them. So that might be what we do from now on. In our first time match of the night, in a decent match, the Midnight Express defeated the Lightning Express in 8:25 with Bobby Eaton defeated Tim Horner by pinfall. The Rocket Launcher, the Midnight Express make defence number 1 of their Global Force Tag Team titles. Tim Horner's weak link struggling to keep up with everyone else's performance, but I don't care. Because he's got an injury. Stanley and Bobby Eaton have showed extreme chemistry teaming together. And that's got his match. Color Combat Reviews. Horner 45, Armstrong 57, Eaton 74, Stanley 75, and no work improvements. But 70C plus for that, not bad at all. In a decent match, we didn't have much heat. Mantel defeated Jeff Jarrett in 8:26 by pinfall. The Power Driver. 64C, not bad. Jeff Jarrett's getting better his gimmick. Jeff and Dutch Mantel have great chemistry shown in their performance. Nice quality match. The Color Combat match boost. Jarrett 54, Mantel 62, no work improvements. In above our good heat and decent wrestling, Larry Zbyszko defeated Dynamite Kid in 7:47 by pinfall. The 64C, Dynamite Kid and Jim Cornette, a good pairing. These two don't click and it showed in their performance. That doesn't matter, it was a one night thing. The Color Commentary gave match views. Okay. Dynamite Kid had a room performance of 60, Larry Zbyszko 55. Don't know what that's about, because there's no rate restrictions as I know on the United States Heavyweight title. Unless I haven't ever checked that. But there we go. The belt was on the line that match. It was a non-title match. So in a pool match, Sid Vicious defeated Lance Von Erich by pinfall the Powerbomb. Sid Vicious getting better his gimmick. Now it's quality match. The Color Country match boost. Vicious 42, Von Erich 38. No work improvements, but 44D. One of our worst matches tonight so far. Can't believe I'm saying that, but Sid Vicious normally does pull out. So in a decent match, Trudy Blanchard defeated Kevin Von Erich in 7:40 by pinfall the single slingshot suplex. Trudy Blanchard getting better his gimmick. Now it's quality match. The Color Country match boost. Von Erich 62, Blanchard 55, no work improvements. Move on, there we go. In a decent match, the UK boys defeated the Fabulous Freebirds in 7:39 when Robbie Brookside defeated Terry Gordy by pinfall the penalty kick. The UK boys make defence number 2 of their AWA World Tag Team titles. Brookside was the elite link, and that's quality match. The Color Country boost. Michael Haynes 68, Terry Gordy 73, Regal 62, Rory Brookside 52. Regal improving in performance. Good old Regal. But we've got some work to do with Brookside, but we'll hopefully get him there. In above our decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Brady Guerrero defeated Pillman in 8:01 by pinfall for Frog Splash. He makes defense number 3 of the AWA World Lightweight title. 52D. Brian Pillman, Eddie Guerrero don't seem to click made for an walkabout. Now it's quality match. So Color Country match boost. Pillman 50, Guerrero 44. This was a high spots match, so 52D plus, not bad. The sort of match it was. In an extremely short match, because I wanted to do this because there wouldn't be much thing. In an extremely much, Andre the Giant defeated King Kong Bundy in an ODQ match with a body slam. The match was because of lack of selling display. The next quality match, Color Country match boost. Andre the Giant 83, Bundy 70, no work improvements, but 74B minus, not bad. These are all the matches what were booked before I entered the non-title storylines. In a battle had subpar wrestling a little heat, Susan Sexton defeated Luna Von Erich in 10:03 by pinfall the electric chair. Susan makes defense number 2 of her women's championship. 48D plus, Luna Von Erich to get better his gimmick. Now it's quality of match, the Color Country boost. Luna Von Erich 39, Susan 51, no work improvements. We move on, we get in a superb match, the Iron Sheik defeated Sergeant Slaughter in 8:06 by pinfall. Match because there's not enough selling on sale, and that's quality of match, because we're going to go match boost. Slaughter 69, the Iron Sheik 76, no work improvements. 76B minus, not bad. In a good match, 78B from these guys. Bret Hart defeated Jim Nadine Hart in 11:34 by pinfall submission with a sharpshooter. Paul Heyman did good work at ringside, and that's quality of match, because we're going to go match boost. Hart 79, Jim 61, no work improvements. Not a bad match. In fact, that was a brilliant match. This was good, a 63C from these guys. Nice. In a decent match, Scott Hall defeated Shawn Michaels in a bull rope match in 12:55 by pinfall while using the ropes to leverage. He makes defense number 1 of the United States title. Announcing quality match, the Colour match boost. Shawn Michaels 58, Scott Hall 60. I think that's because it's a brawl-based match. So yeah, that might have not helped. But yeah, so I did a bull rope because they're tied together. Because it makes sense for the feud they're having to do that style of match. In our next title match, in a decent match, Vader defeated Haystacks, the Phantom Sting, and Arlenson in 37 when Vader defeated Arlenson by pinfall powerbomb. He makes defense number 4, the AWA World Television title. Now let's go to the match. Cook and Game Match boost. Arlenson 60, Haystacks 55, Phantom Sting 55, Vader 60. John Haystacks improving in technical. Good old Haystacks continuing to learn as we head him towards the main event. In a good match, Lex Luger defeated Jim Duggan in 8:01 by pinfall. The announced quality match, the Cook Underground match boost. Duggan 66, Lex Luger 67, no work improvements, 72B minus. In a superb match, Nikolai Volkov defeats Jake Snake Roberts defeats Nikolai Volkov in 7:54 by pinfall. A 76B minus. Announced quality match, the Cook Underground match boost. Nikolai Volkov 66, Roberts 82. No work improvements, 76B minus. Not bad. In above, had good wrestling and good heat. Ricky Steamboat and Kurt Hennig defeated DiBiase and Jerry Lawler in 7:55, and Hennig defeated Jerry Lawler by pin for the Henningplex. In terms of ring work, which Steamboat was the above everyone else, but Hennig was the weak link. Now it's close match, Cook Underground match boost. Lawler 71, DiBiase 73, Hennig 60, Steamboat 82. No work improvements, 73B minus. Not bad. In an exceptional match, Ric Flair defeated Adrian Adonis in 7:33 by submission. Now it's a qualitative match, the Colour Underground match and boost. Adrian Adonis 82, Ric Flair 90, no work improvements, 76B minus. And then we go into our first of our main events. The video plays hyping up. Just shows Dusty Rhodes and Jimmy Snuka on the screen and a kind of tail tape. 78B, not bad. In an exceptional match, Dusty Rhodes defeated Jimmy Snuka in 1956 by pin for the Bionic Elbow. He makes defense number 7 of his Global Force World Championship shires. The match suffered because there's not enough selling on so. Snuka 72, Dusty Rhodes 88. No working routes, but the storyline is advanced and gained heat. Then we see a video hyping up that we're going to see Randy Savage take on Terry Funk next for our semi-main of the night. I guess 75B minus. In an exceptional match, Randy Savage defeated Terry Funk in a no DQ match in 20 minutes 24 by pinfall. Savage makes defense number 7 of the Global Force Championship title. They have great, Miss Elizabeth and him have great chemistry. Funk 80, Savage 94, Terry Funk improving in performance. And then we see the hype for the main event tonight. Hulk Hogan, Bob Orton Jr. and versus Roddy Piper. And he gets an 84B minus, better than I thought this one would get. But Piper and Hogan did it for us. In an exceptional match, Hulk Hogan defeated Roddy Piper and Bob Orton Jr. in 25:09 when Hulk Hogan defeated Bob Orton Jr. by pin from a big leg drop. Hulk Hogan makes defense number 4 of his NWA title. Bob Orton Jr.'s weakness trying to keep up with a nice performance. I will be glad to know that we are scrapping the main event for next month, which was going to be Hogan versus Bob Orton Jr. And after that performance from these two, it's going to be a main event that you will want to see. Next month, my friends, it's going to be Hogan. It's going to be Roddy, bloody Piper. And guess what? I know that I said I'm going to be doing this, but I've enjoyed booking this lately, so I'm going to be doing Global Force Wrestling next month as well as this month. So I'm going to be doing all 4 amps and the pay-per-view. And then the season review over the next few days. 84B, not bad at all. We ended the show tonight with a exceptional 84B plus. Or at least an 83B. Come on. Give us something good. And the game is 81B. I should have been at least an 82. Come on, look at that main event. But I will say that we had quite a few no DQ and weird matches on the card. But yeah, a good show all round, to be honest. I think we did quite well there. I think we only had one match go below. Yeah, Yeah, only a couple of matches what went below the 60 mark, but most of the matches hit the 60 mark. I think the only two that didn't was that one, the women's matches, which was understandable, but the males, not bad at all. But we'll see. So I'm going to give my speech tonight to 3 of the guys who did really well, because I was paying attention to their ring performance. Hogan, Roddy Piper, and of course, Mr. Woo! Ric Flair. So they're going to be praised for great performance, praised for great performance, praised for great performance. Hulk Hogan was very happy with your speech. Roddy Piper was really pleased, and so was Ric Flair. So I will see you guys tomorrow, or maybe not tomorrow, but give us a couple of days and we'll get the entirety of December, the end of the year review, and it's going to be an extra long special edition of Global Force Wrestling as we end 1987 and we head into the year 1988.